Did you know that when we add up every person with a disability, including older adults with mobility challenges, we comprise one of the biggest potential voting blocs in Canada? A critical mass of people who can make a definite difference in which political party wins an election and which issues are advanced. Welcome to episode 3 of our second season of Connect for Life, the podcast. This episode features Connect for Life founder Melanie Taddeo explaining how the voices and votes of Canadians with disabilities can count in an election. She provides doable and very practical ways for anyone to participate, whether it's in the current Ontario provincial election or the upcoming national election in Canada. Melanie also introduces listeners to Know Your Rights, a groundbreaking program for voters with disabilities being offered right now by Connect for Life. Participate, learn, and educate yourself and your friends, have conversations, help engage others, and always feel free to reach out to the team of Connect for Life if you have any questions or want to share ideas and suggestions.
Good day and welcome to another episode of Connect for Life, the podcast. I'm Melanie Taddeo, the founder of Connect for Life, and today I wanted to share a little bit of thoughts and insight on what's happening for individuals with disabilities with the elections just around the corner. If you've been watching the news, you've seen that Doug Ford is going to be calling an election next week, but also we know there's some rumblings of an election at the federal level as well. And as individuals with disabilities, this can be a very troubling time for many of us. Some people with disabilities are afraid to vote, mainly for the lack of accessibility. And perhaps they're not educated on what their rights are and definitely on who to vote for. There's so much as anybody goes to an election season that they really need to prepare themselves. But at Connect for Life, we're taking this very seriously, and we are offering a program on knowing your rights when it comes to voting as an individual with disability. So it starts on February 4th, every Tuesday evening from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's on Zoom. So I encourage you to join and learn about things that you may not even know, such as, did you know that you can vote from home? Many people don't know what is out there and what's available for individuals with disabilities. So I encourage you to check it out. Also, we have resources on our website on our Advocacy for Life page. So please check them out there as well. But it doesn't just stop with Connect for Life, of course, but that is just a resource for you to think about. But as individuals with disabilities, we have many concerns and challenges that we face on a regular basis. And we need to look at what the different political parties are campaigning on. Where do they stand when it comes to disability rights and accessibility? Is it a priority for their party or not? Doing your research and finding out what's most important to you, whether it's education, the economy, obviously we know the economy is a big thing, or maybe perhaps it's healthcare. Doing your research and understanding which each political party stands for is a vital step in the right direction. And then contact your MP and your MPPs to have conversation and ask the hard questions. Where are they standing? What are they going to do to help make your life a better place? Because really, truly, they're our representatives. They're the ones that are going to make change at the House of Commons and at Queen's Park. So take time, do your research, have conversations, and then once you have educated yourself and you're feeling a little bit more comfortable, then start to share your information that you've learned with others. Because I think the fear of lack of accessibility when it comes to voting keeps a lot of people with disabilities away from the polling stations. And this is a challenge that we need to overcome. Another thought I wanted to share with you is recently I read an article written by David Lepofsky, a very big advocate for disability rights and inclusion and accessibility in Ontario. And he mentioned that about the accessibility pledge that has been posed to all the political parties to sign up to ensure that voting and what their party stands for will include accessibility on the mandate. And it's really disturbing that only to this point, when the article was written on the 26th of January, only the Green Party had signed that pledge. Food for thought. wonder why other parties are a little bit hesitant. But again, these are why we need to ask the hard questions. Another thing that's tainting the landscape for individuals with disabilities as we lead up to election season is January 1st, 2025 has just passed. And if you recall, that was supposed to be the day that Ontario was fully accessible by AODA standards. Now, clearly, that was a big miss. Now, don't get me wrong, we have definitely made some leaps and strides from where we started, but we still have so much work to do. And again, now that the deadline's been pushed to 2040, perhaps there's hope, but only if we elect officials that truly understand what needs to happen to make it actually happen as a priority. So making sure that we are reaching out not only to our representatives as members of parliament or members of provincial parliament, but also writing letters to the editor, sharing our thoughts on social media, just to get people to start having this conversation. When we think of elections, yes, we think of the bottom line, the budget, the economy, healthcare, jobs, all of those things that bring money in and make sure that we're healthy. But of course, accessibility and disability focused topics are usually towards the bottom of the list for many people. So as individuals with disabilities, we need to be sharing our voices. We need to be standing up and letting people know what we need and what needs to change. I know each and every one of us has a different list of these things, but I encourage you to have your voice heard. Any opportunities for town halls, going out into the public, having conversation and asking the hard questions, I encourage each of you to go out and do. But most importantly, educate yourself, have conversations, and definitely take the time to vote. No matter what it is, your vote counts. And it's important. If you don't cast that vote, you're not playing a part that is an honor and a privilege as a Canadian citizen. So please take the time and look into this topic. And again, I'm sure we'll hear a lot more about it in the coming months. But once again, if you're interested in joining the Connect for Life Know Your Rights program when it comes to voting for persons with disabilities, go to our website, connectforlife.ca, under programs, and register there. It starts February 4th, and we hope to see you there. Until next time.
You have been listening to Connect for Life, the podcast. Connect for Life is a Canadian-based registered charity committed to eliminating barriers for people with disabilities. Visit connectforlife.ca and join us in helping people with disabilities become the champions of their growth stories.